If you want to win in the game of life, the only game that you should be playing is the long game. Hey guys, welcome back to 5-0-100-0.com. I am Buggin'! And that stands for the fittest underdog guru using intelligent tactics. You guys, I'm fired up because I want to share with you a little something as I drive on this rainy evening. Okay? Check it out. If you want to win in life, I'm going to give you a lot of examples in any area of life. You've got to learn to play the long game. Now, to define that, I mean you've got to delay instant gratification and embrace self-discipline, mindfulness. You've got to not be lazy, and you've got to be a planner. I'm talking about writing down goals, writing down strategies, whether it's keeping a journal or /diary, and lists, posting lists of your goals, and then strategies to achieve them, both short-term and long-term. Now, let's look at it this way, okay? If you're playing the short game in dating, to qualify that, it's going in for the kill night one. It's lowering your standards and or not doing a better filtering or vetting process of your prospective dates, right? It's because they've got the butt, the boobs, whatever. She's a butterface, she's a 10 butterface, or, vice versa. Maybe she's really pretty, but she's not really like your type of woman. And so going in that this is going to be a short game. And the thing is, if two people are on the same page and, you both know what you're in it for, that's one thing. But if you're saying anything and everything to try to get in this girl's pants with no intentions of really getting to know her, of having a long-term relationship, and that's something she wants, then you're like a wolf, right? You're a player. And that's not cool, because eventually that happens to you. And if it's ever happened to you, you know how it feels. When you give your heart to somebody, you think it's the forever, and it's for her the for now, right? For life, for you, for now, for her, or him, whatever your tastes may be. So that's one example, relationships, right? Playing the long game means that you delay instant gratification and you wait for the type that you really want, assuming you've done the work on yourself and you know what you want. Now, when it comes to business, right? Let's say you're in sales and you're trying to develop long-term relationships with customers. So you walk, the straight and narrow. You don't cut corners. You mean what you say what you mean. Keep your word. If you don't think a customer is really going to benefit from whatever it is you have to offer, then you don't go out of your way to lie and try to sell them on something for that short-term commissions check, versus developing that long-term relationship and trust. That because when you violate that trust, you can never get it back, okay? And I've learned this lesson, clarity, clearly defining the terms of the relationship, the business relationship that is, so that there's no hurt feelings or miscommunication as much as you can. There's always situations that, it's like a can of worms and you just don't know what to do with it, but, hopefully from that you learn your lesson and you make things right and move on. When it comes to your body, right? Play the long game. What does that mean? That means that you don't try to use anabolic substances unless they're prescribed medically by your doctor and you need them. You don't go for all the fat burners, trying to lose all this weight in May or June so that you look good for summer, which is a week and a half away. You play the long game by taking care of your body, eating right year-round, most days, the 80-20 rule, 80% of the time. Get your workouts in, get good, proper supplementation in that's going to, nourish your body, make it stronger, and fat loss or muscle gains or whatever will come with time. It always does, it always pays you dividends. What you invest into your body now or into your business, your investment portfolio, all of those things. You think about your children. How many times do you know somebody, maybe it's you, maybe it's a friend of yours, that, when their kids were growing up, the parents weren't around. They were busy living their life or being divorced and just living, on dating sites and moving, the boyfriend or girlfriend of the weekend and all of that, and making mistakes like that instead of investing in their kids. And now their kid is 18, 19, wants nothing to do with them, and all of a sudden they're trying to play, the quick makeup. There's like, well, I'm your dad, I'm this, I'm that. And, if you'd played the long game with your kid, then you would have taken that time, when they came and asked you to read them a story or asked you a question, instead of blowing them off all the time, you actually took the time to sit down, look them in the eye, talk to them, right? Invest in them. And it's sacrificial because, you don't always have the energy to do the things that kids want to do. Especially if you had kids later in life, it's like, man, you're beat up, you've had a long day, this and that. And if they get, irritable or they want more from you, they really want your attention. And that's the whole thing is, you've only got a short window to which you can invest in those kids. Before you know it, you're going to blink and they're off to school. I'm seeing that with my son right now. And, you've got, then one day you're at work and you're hearing that Cats in the Cradle song and you're feeling all sorts of guilt, right? Mixed feelings. But, if you invest in them in the long game, those little things most days, being there for them as much as you can and explain to them how much you care about them, how much you love them, etc., you're going to have a better relationship with them and a better outcome. And you're not going to have one of these things where you're old and need help and the kid wants nothing to do with you. So, I'm not saying life can't be fun and fulfilling and have your fun and do, live your life on your terms, but also think about those around you. Think about your business. Think about, your significant other. Think about your friends. And, invest. Invest in all of it. Try not to let too much time go by. And, leave your house, meaning your life, leave it unkept. You got to do some maintenance. You got to clean. You got to check it out. You got to check the structure, the foundation. You're always in a state of flows here, where it's never this ideal, perfect life, whatever. Life is about the challenges, the struggles, and it makes you stronger each one. Sorry about all the rain. It's crazy out here. But, in my opinion, that long game, from what I've seen and anyone that I've studied that's been successful, and including my own life and the pattern of this, is you've got to play a long game if you want to win in the end. And day to day, it may not feel like it's making any difference, but it's those day-to-day decisions, those little actions that are compounded and makes for better tomorrow. Like, share, subscribe. I'm going to try not to run off the road. Say a little prayer for...